Hello. Oh, good. Okay. Hello. Hi. When I was 7 years old, I was in the 2nd grade. I was painfully shy and very tall, which you would not guess, but my parents are here, they can attest to that. I was very tall. I was caring and trusting, and I loved to play with Barbies, and I had just met my best friend in the entire world. And one day, my school's custodian asked me to help him with a project. I remember going into the gym, and his janitorial closet was in there, and I remember walking in, and there were shelves and shelves of tools and a small bench in the middle of the room. And in that room, when I was 7, I stopped trusting people. After my sexual assault, I felt voiceless. I felt powerless, and I felt worthless. I felt for the longest time that all I was a sexual object for men. And I'd be lying if I said I still didn't struggle with these, but a few years ago, something happened that helped me evolve. With sexual assault being such a prevalent topic in today's society, I thought it was important that I share my story, especially on a college campus, and my journey to finding my voice, my power, and my worth again. And my journey started with a black and white blockhead named Ferris. He's cute, isn't he? Yeah. I rescued Ferris in the fall of 2015 when he was 10 years old. I had never had a pit bull. I only had small dogs growing up, so I don't know what drove me to get a pit bull, but I think it was fate. Unfortunately, after only 9 months of having him, he developed a rare form of cancer and passed away. But after he died, I began researching more and more about pit bulls, and what I found was that they are the most abused breed of dog. They are continuously mutilated, manipulated, abused, and neglected by human beings. But they are also the most forgiving breed of dog, and they continue to love the very creatures that hurt them the most. And so today I'm going to share with you 2 stories, 2 of just millions of stories of pit bulls who have been abused and have forgiven. This is Sparky. When Sparky was found, he had wounds that were consistent with dog fighting. He had bite marks on his face, he had severe mange, he was underweight, he had his ears cropped at home because they were infected, which ear cropping is done typically by dog fighters so that when 2 dogs are fighting, they do not get caught in each other's ears. It's gross, I know. And he was just treated like garbage by humans. And this is Irene. When Irene was found, she was in a similar shape to Sparky. She was riddled with cancer, she was underweight, and she also had her ears cropped, but she also had a large gash on her neck that looked like someone had intentionally tried to slit her throat. But in hearing these stories, it's not meant to make you sad. Not only have they taught me about forgiveness, but they've also taught me that what happens to you does not define who you are. After my sexual assault, I felt like everything that I had become was because of that assault. Who I was because of that event. And what these dogs taught me was that that is not the case. Sparky was not defined by his dogfighting past. Instead, Sparky is defined by his love of cuddles, his wiggly butt, his cute little fat rolls, you can see, his love of every human and every dog that he met. And Irene was not defined by her horrific past with human beings. Instead, she's defined by her resilient attitude, her love of cuddles too, it's a common theme in dogs, her amazing attitude towards humans, and also her ability to take a fantastic photo. Because I mean, look at that, like, I want those skills, man. And what I realize in hearing all these dog stories is that what happened to me does not define me. What defines me is my love of travel. This was me in Hawaii just about a month ago, And my attempt at a sense of humor, my best friend's going to kill me because she doesn't know that I put this picture in here, but I did. I try to be funny, guys, I really do. But also what defines me is my love and compassion for these animals. And so I want to leave you with this, and I apologize if I get emotional. If you have ever been through something that has made you feel like you have no voice or no power or no worth, I want you to know that you do, because no one can ever take that away from you. I'm sorry. After my assault, I felt like I had nothing. And through these dogs, I have found my voice again. And so I want to encourage you, if you feel that way, to find your pit bull. Find your something that breaks down the barricades, the blockades, the roadblocks, the mountains, whatever it is that someone put in front of you to try to squander your voice. I want you to find something that breaks through that, because you always have your voice and you always have your power. Like Glinda tells Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, you've always had the power, my dear. You just needed to find it for yourself. So if you feel that way, I encourage you to find your pit bull. Thank you.